What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I just figured I would set up the camera and let you watch me get ready tonight since Dave and I are in a rush. It's Saturday night and we're trying to get out of the house. We do have plans tonight. So I'm just applying my foundation right now. As you know, us girls who do self-tan always have a much darker foundation shade because we do like to match the rest of our body. And any of us girls who do self-tan usually never self-tan our face for obvious reasons because we're always exfoliating them. So it just doesn't make sense. Some girls do, but I mean, it really doesn't make sense because you're gonna wipe your tanner off within a day. So that's what I'm doing here. That's why you're going to notice that my foundation shade is much darker than my natural skin tone, obviously for my face, but it does match the rest of my body. So here I am just applying my absolute favorite combo, which is the combo I mixed together for my wedding day, my Giorgio Armani and my Dior. I've never seen anyone mix this combo together. I'm so proud of myself for doing it because the formula is just flawless, and I really absolutely can't change this technique up, and I hate myself for it because it's so expensive. Now I'm just sliding my straps down out of my towel wrap, and I'm going to be bringing the foundation and powder and everything down to my shoulders and upper body. It's always important to bring the foundation down your neck, obviously, so your neck and your face match, but I was bringing it down my shoulders because I did have plans to wear an off-the-shoulder shirt tonight. Now I'm just going in with the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit in the shade 4. I do go back and forth between the Benefit pencil and then the Anastasia brow pomade, two of my absolute favorites. They give both pretty similar looks, slightly different, but the pencil is obviously just super easy. Also, I will be carving out my brows with a really thin flat shader brush and some of the Giorgio Armani foundation. This is a technique that I do every single day. I absolutely never go anywhere without, if I do my brows, without carving them out. People ask me all the time, how do you have such perfect brows? And that's honestly my trick for it. I absolutely need to have my brows completely perfectly carved out. It's just something that makes me feel really good about myself. Now I'm going in with my favorite concealer. This is the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer in the shade Nougat. I absolutely love this concealer, and I have so many favorite concealers. Of course, the NARS, of course, the Tarte. There's just so many good concealers out there, but right now this is my obsession. It has been for a long time. I also used this on my wedding day. It is such a pigmented concealer. And it just, the texture is so nice. It's so moussey, and it really, really does brighten the under eye and inner corner. I just absolutely love the formula of this concealer so, so much. Now I'm going to go ahead and bake my under eye and my nose area in the T-zone where I do tend to get oily. And now whatever's left on the brush and whatever I wipe away from that bake, I will just tap around my face and lightly set any of that foundation on my neck and my face where it is slightly tacky. Now I'm dipping into my Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation Powder. I use this in a lighter shade, the golden shade. It's shade 312. I absolutely love this formula for a drugstore product. It's really, really great. It is a good dupe for me for my other favorite foundation, setting powder in a lighter shade from the Charlotte Tilbury line. I absolutely love her Airbrush Flawless Finish setting powder. Like I said, for me, this works just as well, and I do use this just in the areas in my T-zone, under my eyes, over my nose, my chin, and the middle of my forehead. And then I'm dipping into my MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NW40. It's a little bit deeper tone, and I try to work this everywhere else on the outsides of my face and over my cheekbones and jawline just to get a really good base before I go in and warm up and contour. Now for me, I love to bake my jawline and line them before I go in with my contour. Most people like to clean up their contour. You'll notice at the end, once everything's all finished, that's not something I like to completely do. I will do just a little edge up at the end, but at the beginning I need to start this way. It's just the way I like to do things. It just makes it for a more neater look, in my opinion. Obviously, if that barrier isn't there, sometimes you can slip a little too far down over your cheekbone into that lower area, which is not where you want that dark, bronzer shade or contour shade or ashy shade. You just don't want that. So with that barrier there, it helps prevent that from happening, because later, if you do slip too far down and then you try to clean it up with that bake, sometimes it just gets a little muddy. So this is the best way to do it, the best technique I've learned. I mean, I've done it every which way possible, and this works best in my opinion. So it makes it just super precise every time. I'm also taking Hoola up my nose and doing my nose contour with this shade as well, and making sure I bring that contour all the way up into my eye socket. It's just something that I like to do on my face shape. I feel like it helps elongate my nose and helps bring out that contour. I'll also be contouring my under lip with the Hoola, as well as, obviously, as you see, my under eyes, and then I'll be taking the Hoola into my crease. Tonight I'm not doing any type of eyeshadow look. I'm actually just contouring my eyes with the Hoola bronzer. I've loved that chiseled look. That's just something that I really like on myself, and if I don't feel like doing any eyeshadow and I just want to have like a really great lash, then I'll just make sure that my eyes are contoured, and there's some shadowing underneath my lower lash line with the Hoola as well. So I'm just going in with an M53 or M573 in my crease right now. Now I'm going to go ahead and start contouring my face. I'm going in with one of my absolute favorite brushes to contour with, the Morphe R10, and I'm going to start with my cheekbones and my jawline and just going up and around the perimeter of my face and around my temples. I do feel like I have a little bit of a wider face, so I do love to contour my temples and just kind of bring that in. This is a really, really good, precise brush for contouring. It's not too wide or anything like that. So I do start off with this brush just to make sure, especially around my cheekbones, that, again, I don't go below that barrier and I don't go too high, that I get that perfect, precise contour that I want. And then you'll notice after it's looking the way I want it to, I'm going to go in with a lot fluffier brush, the Morphe R10, and I am going to go over that chiseled, here it is here, that chiseled contour that I just prepared, and I'm going to kind of blow it out and diffuse it a little bit with a fluffier brush. That way it doesn't look too harsh. Now I'm just going back in with that foundation powder in the shade Golden, the Maybelline Superstay, and I will just go back and clean up periodically back and forth between my bronzer shades and the lighter shades, and clean up that areas that I like to keep brightened, like under my eye, around the center of my nose, underneath my jawline, and then just right at the middle of my forehead. So throughout my makeup process, I will continue to apply that as I wipe away the bake, just to make sure I bring that golden color back in, and then I'll diffuse it with a little bit of that, whatever's left over on my bronzing brush. Okay, I've got another drugstore product for you tonight. This is one of my absolute favorite blush shades. This is the shade Peach Primrose by Flower Beauty. I am so obsessed with this blush. The shade is just stunning. It's so peachy and warm. It's not too pink, it's not too red. It's just an absolute dream, and it stays on all day. Now I'm applying one of my favorite highlighters. This is a Laura Geller highlighter in the shade Gilded Honey, and I'm just using a precise brush. This is the Morphe M506, and just applying that into the small areas like the tip of my nose, a little bit on the bridge of my nose, just above my lip, the inner corners of my eyes, and then on my brow bone. And then I'm going to switch over to a little bit fluffier brush, the M510, and I'll do that to highlight the tops of my cheekbones, a little bit on my forehead, and then my absolute favorite, I dot my chin right there in the center. Now that powders are done, I'm just setting the face with my Morphe setting spray. Now that powders are done, I'm just going in with my 3D brow tones, and I'm just setting my brows. This is also a really good toner as well. Because I did plan to wear an off-the-shoulder shirt, I am applying some highlighter to my collarbones, and typically I will do on the balls of my shoulders as well. It's just really, really pretty, especially when the light catches you there. Make sure you have clean fingers for this, especially when you're going to go touching your eyes. But I am now applying my Marc Jacobs eyeliner in the shade Earthquake. It's like a really pretty deep brown to my upper waterline. This is such a life hack. If you don't do it, I know it's a sensitive area and your eyes will probably water for the first few times, but it's so important to try to get in the hang of this. I look up here so you can kind of see the difference. I'm sorry that I'm a little bit far away from the camera. in this shot, but it really does make a world of a difference when you're talking to someone to line your upper waterline. It makes your lashes, just your natural lashes even, just look so much fuller, like they're just coming and growing from this really, really dark root. Now I'm just applying a little bit of mascara to prep my lashes for false lashes. Unfortunately, my camera did stop recording when I popped my lashes on, but I popped on the Lily lashes in the style Paris, one of my absolutely favorite lashes. I also love the style Miami. As you can see, my lashes are on now. I'm just going back in with my eyeliner and making sure that inner corner is nice and dark. That way my inner corner is really well blended and connected to my false lashes, so it's just a really even band. Now I'm going to pop on my all-time favorite lip liner. This is the MAC lip pencil in the shade Strip Down. It is such a good nude shade. It's a deep nude and it just works with almost every lip combo you can apply it with. It's just such a good nude to have in your lip kits. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pop on a liquid lip. I was just debating between a few shades that I pulled aside that would go with my outfit for tonight, but I ended up deciding on the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Exposed. And that's it, guys. This is the completed look. I hope you loved it. I am going to go ahead and pop in my extensions, give my hair a good curl, and get dressed. And apparently just, you know, make some faces right now to show you my makeup look. So enjoy that. I'll leave you with that. Hope you have a great Saturday night yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.